Hello, my name's Alan Kerry. Welcome to another podcast from the South Essex GP Training website. With me I have Sunil Gupta. Today we're going to discuss media skills. So Sunil, why can it be helpful for organisations like clinical commissioning groups to try and build good relationships with the media?
Building good relationships with the media can be invaluable for your organisation. It can help you boost your reputation and get the message across to your key audiences. Also, in times of crisis or when there is adverse media coverage, having an established relationship with journalists can increase your chances of having your side of the story reported fairly. So whether the journalist is looking for background information, sound bites for breaking news coverage, or a controversial view on a topical issue, it is often in your best interest to be prepared. By building your reputation as a reliable, media-friendly source, journalists are more likely to listen to you when you want to put forward your organisation's viewpoint. Remember, the way and the speed in which you respond to media inquiries will influence the media's perception of you and your organisation.
So what are the basic rules for dealing with media queries?
So there's several basic rules. You should ask for the journalist's name, contact details and media outlet. If you do not know the publication, radio, TV programme or website, make sure you find out more about its audience before answering the questions. It is okay to ask the journalist to send you a link to the website so that you can do some research. Ask the journalist from which angle they are approaching the story and what they expect to get out of the interview. Ask to be sent the questions in advance so that you can be prepared. Make sure you know the journalist's deadline. If you cannot meet it, let them know as soon as possible. Prepare and check facts and figures and background information for big stories or recurring inquiries. If you're talking with a journalist about something controversial, make sure you have a consistent message that is in line with your organisation's views. Finally, before talking to a journalist, write down 2 or 3 key messages you would like to get across in the interview. Try to start and end the interview with these key messages. Always be helpful, polite and positive, and remember, you're the expert.
Is there any advice for someone dealing with the media regarding what they should not do?
Do not use jargon. Do not say no comment, because this can sound defensive and the journalist may think you have something to hide, even if you do not. Do not talk off the record. If you do not want something to be reported, if you speak to a journalist off the record, the information can still be used, even if your name is not mentioned. Do not mention facts or information you are unsure about or which you will not be able to source accurately. Do not answer a question if you do not know the answer or if it is out of your comfort zone. You may address the question, but clearly define the scope of your expertise in that particular subject. If possible, i.e. if the interview is for a newspaper or magazine, you can tell the journalist you will get back to them if appropriate. And do not tell a journalist you can help them if you know you cannot.
Thank you. Any tips about what to do in a crisis?
For crisis management, get your side of the story out as soon as possible. A holding statement may be appropriate while the organisation decides what the next step will be. Use your media contacts to get your point of view across. Be honest. Address the issue as openly as possible. Make sure the spokesperson for the organisation are available and fully briefed, and always include a key message in every answer, regardless of the question.
That's great. Any particular advice about radio interviews?
So some tips about radio interviews is make a few points clearly, use the name of the presenter, other guests and callers, do not fidget, avoid casual asides even if you think you are off air, and smile if the subject is appropriate and your listeners will hear it in your voice.
Thank you very much. I hope you've found this podcast helpful, and please do check out the rest of the resources on South Essex GP Training website.